If you paid attention to politics over the weekend, you might have seen a Democratic debate. We'll talk about that a little later. But you also may have heard about this story involving Bernie Sanders' campaign and a database of voter data managed by the Democratic National Committee. As the story goes, a staffer on the Bernie Sanders campaign was able to improperly access Hillary Clinton voter data due to a security glitch on the system of the Democratic National Committee. Now, in response, the DNC cut off the Bernie Sanders campaign from being able to access national party voter data that they should have access to, which potentially is a huge setback for a campaign that is only, about a month, a little over a month away from the Iowa caucuses. And the Sanders campaign immediately came back and said, oh, we fired the staffer who improperly accessed that data. But two sides to the story are sort of developing. In addition to saying that they fired the staffer who accessed the data, the Bernie Sanders campaign has also said, listen, we went to the DNC months ago in October, and we told them that our data was being made available to others, that we had access to other candidates' data, and this was not fixed. At the same time, according to data reviewed by Time magazine, the Sanders campaign apparently did much more than just inadvertently stumble upon one or two pieces of data that they should not have access to. Time's analysis claims that Bernie Sanders went in and cultivated nearly 25 different lists of voters based on Hillary Clinton voter data. So as it is, Lewis, we have two very different sides to the story. On the one hand, we have the Sanders campaign saying, listen, we knew about this glitch months ago. We told the DNC, they didn't fix it. Now everybody's running to the media, and this is all a problem we've let them know about. The other side is, well, listen, they may have notified them in October, but they went in and they used a number of, they created a number of lists based on the data they weren't supposed to have access to. You don't accidentally stumble across 24 custom created voter lists. I don't know ultimately what is the truth, and what the implications are will probably be quite minimal, particularly since the DNC has already re-allowed the Sanders campaign to get into that data.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the Sanders campaign in a way. I mean, how much of the responsibility really falls on Bernie himself? I mean, he's the face of the campaign, so, a staffer does something like this and, well, this is what happens. I mean, what is the outcome here? I mean, it probably stops here, right?
I believe that it does. And the real discussion is where it all gets much more complex. And it has led to some pretty serious conversations about whether the Democratic National Committee and its chair, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who's a former co-chair for Hillary Clinton's 2008 campaign, are in part doing this and making a big deal out of this to help Hillary Clinton and hurt Bernie Sanders. And that is exactly what I want to talk about next.